Thanks for coming to dance with me. I'm Laura, and today we're going to talk about how to feel the difference between the 8-count circle and the 6-count circle. This is part of a larger series explaining Lindy Hop basics. If you want to see more, check out the playlist. But first, thank you people of Patreon for helping to make this video possible for everyone in the world, including people like you. If you want to join them, it's a voluntary subscription and the link is in the description. So the rhythm is obviously different. Now how do you communicate those differences as a lead and feel those differences as a follow? Let's get into it. Disclaimer, since both the 8-count circle and the 6-count circle are basic moves, you can do them a ton of different ways. And so there's no one way to tell the difference between the two of them. Rules are broken all the time, and the best way to learn is through trial and error on the dance floor. However, here are a few ways you can tell the difference based on the way Brooks and I taught these figures in a previous video. If you haven't seen the video, check it out, it's in the description. Okay, let's look at it piece by piece. Let's see the 6-count and the 8-count circle back to back from a few angles. We'll start with the 6-count. Now check out the 8-count. Check them out together. First thing I notice is that the ending position of these examples is very different. The 6-count circle is 180, while the 8-count is 360. Now let's find out how to lead the difference between triple steps and step steps. Let's look at the 8-count circle to see the difference. Besides the rhythm, what do you see? To me, the step step is much more zippy. It moves around in a circle, where the triple steps are slower and more linear. I think rock, step, move, around, around, relax. The step step puts your foot on the gas. The triple step takes your foot off of the gas. It's more relaxed. Let's look at the triple step of the 8-count and 6-count circles together. The very beginning of both moves look very similar. The triple step travels basically to the same place. If we skip past the step step of the 8-count and switch to a different angle so the images line up, you can see that the last triple step of both again are very similar. So in both the 6-count and the 8-count, the triple steps have the same feel. They both have a very slow rotation and they travel down the line. The difference is communicating that zippy circularity of the step step. Now of course, Brooks knows ahead of time which one he's going to lead. If you look at these moves together, you can see he's preparing differently. After the first triple step in the 8-count version, he's staying close to me and he's not setting up a line. In the 6-count version, he is setting up that line. Let's see these moves in the dance and see if there are other differences that you notice. Bonus advice. Not all triple steps are relaxed and linear. Some of them can really zip around in a circle. So how do you tell the difference then? This can be a more subtle feeling at first, but a significant difference between triple steps and step steps is what foot you end on. A step step switches feet. A triple step stays on the same foot. The way I think about it, if Brooks and I try to step under our hips and dedicate ourselves to that side of the body, whether the triple step is linear or circular, the emphasis is still on the follower's left hip and the leader's right hip. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but it does need to be clear and committed. If you have someone to practice with, try going back and forth between these moves randomly. After all, the social dance floor is a random place, and that is why we're learning to dance, so we can dance. Telling the difference between rhythms can feel hardest on the follows. It can be very subtle and it takes time. Don't worry about it, just keep going and it will get more and more obvious. A tip that I found helpful is looking for the step at the very beginning of each move. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. If you can recognize that step, then you can cheat your footwork if you need to get into the right place. Step, step, triple step, 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 and rock. Step. Nailed it. Obviously, cheating isn't the goal, but it is an excellent stepping stone. As usual, this video is just a supplement and a guide. The real learning happens through trial and error on the dance floor. I hope you had fun and learned a lot. If you did, do all that YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, algorithm, all of that stuff. If you like the music we're dancing to, it's the Brooks Prumo Orchestra, and you can find a link to it in the description. And half of the money that I get from this YouTube channel goes towards organizations that support African diasporic artists and art, because Lindy Hop is a black dance, and that's very important. The best way to learn how to dance, you know, is to get out there and dance.